Welcome and take a closer look at the Native American dollar, one of the most overlooked modern U.S. coins with a story that reaches back to the earliest days of American history. Hidden within its remarkable design are details that collectors carefully search for, and by the end, you'll understand why some authenticated examples attract far more attention than others. First coin. The 2000p Sacagawea dollar is one of those modern American coins that seems ordinary at first glance, yet the closer collectors examine it, the more fascinating it becomes. Millions entered circulation with little fanfare, passing from one pocket to another while hiding subtle differences that only trained eyes could recognize. Some examples have become highly desirable because of exceptional preservation, unusual striking characteristics, or authenticated mint errors that dramatically separate them from ordinary pieces. Later, you'll discover what certified examples have actually brought at major auctions and why two coins bearing the same date and mint mark can have remarkably different values depending on their quality, rarity, and authenticity rather than the date alone. The story of this coin begins during an important transition in American coinage. By the late 1990s, the Susan B. Anthony dollar had failed to gain widespread public acceptance despite its practical purpose. Congress authorized a completely new dollar coin that would feature Sacagawea, the young Shoshone woman whose knowledge and courage played a vital role during the Lewis and Clark expedition. The United States Mint wanted a design that celebrated American history while creating a dollar coin that looked distinctly different from the quarter, reducing confusion in everyday commerce. Production for the new series started before the official release in the year 2000, and the Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of examples identified by the small p mint mark on the obverse. Although enormous numbers were produced, the coin represented an ambitious attempt to revive the use of dollar coins in circulation, making it a historically significant issue even if many Americans rarely encountered one in daily transactions. One of the most distinctive characteristics of the 2000p Sacagawea dollar is its unusual golden appearance. Contrary to what many people assume, the coin contains no gold at all. Instead, it is composed of a pure copper core surrounded by outer layers of manganese brass bonded to copper, creating its warm golden color while maintaining durability in circulation. Each coin weighs approximately 8.1 grams, measures 26.5 millimeters in diameter, and features a smooth edge, unlike the reeded edges found on quarters and dimes. This composition was carefully engineered to resist wear while giving the coin an attractive appearance, unlike any other circulating American denomination. The alloy also produces unique tunning patterns over time, with some examples developing rich shades ranging from honey gold to deep amber or olive, characteristics that collectors often find especially appealing when preserved without damage. The artistic design tells a story that extends far beyond the coin's face value. Sculptor Glenna Goodacre created the obverse portrait, depicting Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste Charbonneau, on her back. Since no authentic historical portrait of Sacagawea exists, Goodacre worked with a modern Shoshone model to create a respectful and symbolic representation rather than an exact likeness. The inscriptions include Liberty, the date 2000, and In God We Trust, while the Philadelphia Mint mark appears discreetly below the date. The reverse, designed by Thomas D. Rogers SR, features a soaring eagle surrounded by 17 stars, symbolizing the states of the Union at the time of the Lewis and Clark expedition. Together, the obverse and reverse create a design that celebrates exploration, resilience, and the nation's expanding frontier, while introducing one of the most distinctive dollar coins ever produced by the United States Mint. Although more than 767 million Sacagawea dollars were struck at the Philadelphia Mint for 2000, surprisingly few remain in truly exceptional condition today. Most examples entered storage, circulated lightly, or accumulated contact marks while stacked in large mint bags. These bags often caused countless tiny abrasions known as bag marks, making flawless examples far scarcer than the enormous mintage might suggest. This explains why collectors pay close attention not only to whether a coin is uncirculated, but also to the quality of its surfaces, luster, strike, and overall eye appeal. A typical circulated example generally carries little premium over face value, while a sharply struck mint state coin certified around MS66 might sell in the neighborhood of $1,100 under favorable market conditions if demand is strong and the surfaces are especially attractive. As always, those values depend on professional grading, authenticity, and current collector interest rather than the date alone. The Philadelphia Mint's production methods also created opportunities for remarkable mint errors and die varieties that continue to attract specialists. Among the most famous is the so-called Cheerios dollar, a special variety included in serial promotions before the official release of the coin. These rare pieces display enhanced eagle tail feathers on the reverse that differ noticeably from the regular circulation design. Because only a small number entered the public through this promotion, authenticated examples command dramatically stronger prices than ordinary 2,000 dollars. Other collectible errors include off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, doubled dies, and dramatic die cracks, although each must be professionally authenticated to confirm that it originated during the minting process rather than from post-mint damage. Genuine errors remain relatively scarce, and their value depends heavily on the visibility, rarity, and overall condition of the individual coin. Professional grading has become one of the most important factors influencing collector value for this issue. Third-party grading services examine every aspect of a coin, including its originality, strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and any evidence of cleaning or alteration. Even tiny differences in preservation can separate an MS66 coin from an MS67 or MS68 example, with substantial differences in market value. Collectors often search for examples displaying booming cartwheel luster, minimal contact marks, and exceptionally sharp details in Sacagawea's hair and the eagle's feathers. Certified mint state coins meeting these demanding standards have sold for approximately $2,400 when the combination of eye appeal, scarcity at that grade, and market competition aligned. Such prices reflect the rarity of superior preservation rather than the commonness of the date itself, reminding collectors that condition frequently outweighs mintage in determining long-term desirability. Authentication has become increasingly important because modern counterfeits have grown more sophisticated over the years. While counterfeiters often target higher-value varieties rather than ordinary circulation pieces, collectors should still examine weight, diameter, edge characteristics, metallic appearance, and design details before assuming authenticity. Genuine coins display crisp lettering, consistent mint luster, and accurately shaped design elements that are difficult to duplicate perfectly. Magnification can reveal casting bubbles, incorrect surface texture, or poorly defined details on fake examples. Purchasing certified coins from respected grading services significantly reduces the risk of acquiring altered or counterfeit material, particularly when pursuing rare varieties or unusually high-grade specimens. Collectors should also avoid cleaning their coins, since abrasive polishing permanently damages original surfaces and almost always reduces collector value regardless of the coin's rarity. Proper preservation can make an enormous difference in the future desirability of a 2,000 Sacagawea dollar. Coins should be handled only by their edges to prevent fingerprints and oils from affecting the delicate mint luster. Long-term storage in inert holders, archival quality flips, or certified slabs helps protect against scratches, environmental contamination, and humidity. Stable temperatures and low moisture conditions reduce the likelihood of unattractive spotting or corrosion, especially on manganese brass surfaces that can tone unpredictably when exposed to harsh environments. Many experienced collectors periodically inspect stored coins without excessive handling, ensuring that holders remain intact and contaminants have not entered the storage environment. These careful habits preserve originality, one of the qualities most appreciated by advanced collectors evaluating premium examples. As the years have passed, the 2,000 Sacagawea dollar has earned an increasingly respected place within modern American numismatics. While millions remain readily available, only a tiny fraction possess the exceptional qualities sought by advanced collectors, and authenticated high-grade examples continue to demonstrate strong demand whenever they appear on the market. Certified coins approaching the highest known grades have realized around $3,800 in competitive sales, while extraordinary authenticated varieties, such as the Cheerios dollar, have reached dramatically higher auction results because of their exceptional rarity and historical significance. Those impressive outcomes should never be interpreted as typical for every coin bearing the same date and mint mark. Instead, they illustrate an enduring principle in coin collecting. Rarity, originality, condition, authentication, and collector demand work together to determine value. The 2000p Sacagawea dollar remains a compelling reminder that even a modern circulating coin can reward careful study, offering collectors an opportunity to appreciate both American history and the remarkable details that transform an ordinary dollar into an extraordinary numismatic treasure. Next coin. At first glance, the 2000D Sacagawea dollar appears to be just another modern American coin, one that millions of people overlooked during the early years of the 21st century. Yet beneath its golden color lies a remarkable story of history, innovation, and collecting that continues to surprise even experienced numismatists. While most examples remain ordinary circulation pieces, a small number stand apart because of exceptional preservation, rare minting characteristics, or authenticated production errors. As this story unfolds, you'll discover what some certified examples have realized in the collector market and why two coins with the same date and Denver mint mark can have dramatically different values based on condition, rarity, originality, and expert authentication rather than appearance alone. The creation of the Sacagawea dollar marked an important chapter in the evolution of United States coinage. After the Susan B. Anthony dollar failed to gain widespread public acceptance, lawmakers and mint officials searched for a fresh design that could encourage Americans to embrace the dollar coin. The result was a completely new series honoring Sacagawea, the young Shoshone woman who served as an indispensable guide and interpreter during the Lewis and Clark expedition. The Denver Mint, identified by the D mint mark beneath the date on the obverse, became one of the principal production facilities for the new dollar. During the year 2000, the Denver facility struck more than 518 million examples, ensuring that banks and businesses across the country would have an ample supply for circulation. Although the public never fully adopted the coin for everyday commerce, the first-year Denver issue quickly became an essential part of modern American collections. Unlike many collectors who assume the coin contains precious metal, the 2000D Sacagawea dollar owes its distinctive appearance to advanced metallurgical engineering rather than gold content. The coin consists of a pure copper core bonded to outer layers of manganese brass over copper, creating a durable golden finish that distinguishes it from every other circulating denomination. Each piece weighs approximately 8.1 grams, measures 26.5 millimeters across, and features a smooth edge that was intentionally chosen to give the dollar a unique feel in the hand. The alloy was developed to withstand heavy circulation while maintaining its attractive color, although years of handling often produced darker toning, subtle color variations, and surface wear. Collectors frequently appreciate examples that retain their original mint brilliance, since untouched surfaces provide a window into how these coins appeared when they first emerged from the presses at the Denver Mint. Every detail of the design carries historical symbolism. Glenna Goodacre created the obverse portrait of Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste Charbonneau, emphasizing motherhood, courage, and exploration rather than military or political achievement. Because no verified historical portrait of Sacagawea exists, the image represents an artistic interpretation based on historical research and consultation with members of the Shoshone community. The reverse, designed by Thomas D. Rogers, S.R., depicts a soaring eagle encircled by 17 stars representing the states that composed the Union during the era of the Lewis and Clark expedition. Together, The designs transformed an ordinary circulating coin into a tribute to Native American history and one of the nation's most celebrated journeys, giving collectors a piece that reflects both artistic excellence and historical significance. Although hundreds of millions of 2000 dollars were produced, surviving examples in truly exceptional condition are considerably less common than the mintage suggests. Large canvas mint bags held thousands of freshly struck coins, and as those heavy bags were transporting and stored, countless pieces accumulated small contact marks from repeatedly striking one another. This explains why pristine surfaces are surprisingly difficult to locate despite the enormous production figures. Collectors carefully examine the fields, high points, and luster under magnification, searching for coins with minimal abrasions and outstanding eye appeal. Certified mint state examples around the MS-66 level have occasionally traded for approximately $1,250 when demand is strong, but such values reflect superior preservation and certification rather than the typical condition of most surviving coins. One of the reasons the 2000D Sacagawea dollar continues to attract attention is the variety of mint errors and production anomalies that occasionally emerge from careful examination. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, strike-through errors, and dramatic double strikes all exist in limited numbers, though each must be authenticated before receiving significant collector interest. Some Denver examples also display attractive die polishing lines or minor double design elements that intrigue variety specialists, even if they are not considered major varieties. Collectors should remember that post-mint damage caused by circulation, machinery, or environmental exposure is far more common than genuine mint errors. Professional attribution is essential because authentic production errors often command premiums, while damaged coins generally do not. As interest in modern coins has grown, third-party grading has become increasingly important for establishing both authenticity and value. Professional grading companies evaluate strike quality, surface preservation, luster, eye appeal, and originality before assigning a numerical grade on the internationally recognized Sheldon scale. For a modern issue like the 2000D Sacagawea dollar, the difference between MS-66 and MS-67 may involve only a handful of microscopic marks or a slightly sharper strike, yet that small distinction can produce a significant difference in collector demand. Certified coins with exceptional eye appeal have realized approximately $2,650 in competitive transactions, illustrating how condition rarity often outweighs sheer mintage. Buyers consistently seek examples with vibrant golden color, booming cartwheel luster, and crisp design details that have escaped the wear and abrasions affecting the majority of surviving pieces. Collectors pursuing high-quality examples should also understand the importance of authentication and counterfeit awareness. While ordinary circulated 2000 dollars are seldom targeted by counterfeiters, valuable high-grade pieces and unusual error coins may attract fraudulent alterations or deceptive reproductions. Genuine coins exhibit precise lettering, consistent metallic color, proper weight, accurate dimensions, and well-defined design elements that match official mint specifications. Counterfeit examples may reveal porous surfaces, incorrect fonts, unusual color, weak details, or improper weight when carefully examined. Purchasing certified coins from respected grading services greatly reduces the likelihood of acquiring altered material, especially when dealing with premium-grade examples or dramatic mint errors whose values depend almost entirely on unquestionable authenticity. Preserving the originality of a Sacagawea dollar requires patience and proper handling rather than aggressive cleaning or restoration. Even gentle polishing permanently removes the original mint surface, often leaving unnatural brightness and microscopic hairline scratches that experienced graders immediately recognize. The safest approach is to hold the coin only by its edges and store it in archival quality holders, inert capsules, or professionally encapsulated slabs that shield it from moisture, fingerprints, airborne contaminants, and accidental abrasions. Stable environmental conditions help maintain both the appearance and long-term integrity of the manganese brass alloy. Coins that retain completely original surfaces generally receive stronger interest from collectors because originality remains one of the most respected qualities in modern numismatics. More than 2 decades after its introduction, the 2000 Sacagawea dollar has earned recognition as an important first-year issue that bridges modern circulating coinage and serious collector interest. Most examples continue to trade at modest levels, yet certified high-grade coins and authenticated mint-era specimens demonstrate how dramatically rarity and preservation can influence market performance. Premium certified examples have achieved around $3,950 in strong collector competition, while extraordinary authenticated era coins have realized substantially higher auction results when their rarity and provenance were thoroughly documented. Those exceptional prices should never be interpreted as typical for every 2000 Sacagawea dollar. Instead, they reinforce a principle that defines the entire hobby. True value depends on a combination of authenticity, certified grade, originality, scarcity, and current collector demand. For those willing to study the subtle differences hidden within this seemingly familiar dollar, the Denver issue remains one of the most fascinating modern coins ever released by the United States Mint. Next coin. The 2011 Native American $1 coin rarely receives the same attention as famous silver dollars or early copper cents, yet it quietly occupies a remarkable place in modern American numismatics. At first glance, it appears to be another golden-colored dollar that many people overlooked in everyday commerce, but a closer examination reveals a design rooted in one of the most significant moments in early colonial history. Over the years, collectors have come to appreciate not only its historical symbolism, but also the challenge of locating truly exceptional examples with pristine surfaces and outstanding eye appeal. As this story unfolds, you'll discover why certified examples have become increasingly desirable, what characteristics determine their collector value, and what authenticated pieces have brought in the marketplace, where condition, originality, rarity, and professional grading matter far more than the date alone. The Native American $1 coin program was established under legislation that continued the familiar obverse portrait of Sacagawea while introducing a different reverse design each year to celebrate the contributions of Native Americans throughout the nation's history. The 2011 reverse honors the diplomatic relationship represented by the 1621 Treaty between the Wampanoag people and the Plymouth colonists, an agreement that promoted cooperation and mutual defense during a fragile period in early American history. Although historians continue to study and debate many aspects of the colonial era, the treaty itself remains an important historical milestone because it helped maintain relative peace for decades between the two communities. By placing this subject on a circulating coin, the United States Mint sought to encourage Americans to reflect on a chapter of history that extended well beyond military victories and political leaders, recognizing diplomacy, cultural exchange, and survival as equally important elements of the nation's early development. The coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the P mint mark that appears on the edge rather than on the obverse or reverse, a feature that surprises many collectors encountering the series for the first time. Unlike traditional coinage, where the date and mint mark are visible on the main design, this dollar carries its year of issue, mint mark, and the inscriptions EPLUOBUSUNUM and In God We Trust infused into the edge during a separate production step after striking. Missing or incomplete edge lettering has become one of the most closely watched production errors within the Native American dollar series, although confirmed examples remain genuinely scarce and require professional authentication. According to official United States Mint production figures, approximately 32 million circulation quality 2011 Native American dollars were struck, a much smaller mintage than the enormous production runs seen during the first year of the Sacagawea dollar in 2000. Most of these coins were distributed primarily through banks and collector channels rather than becoming widely used in everyday commerce. Physically, the coin shares the same technical specifications as earlier Sacagawea dollars. It weighs approximately 8.1 grams, measures 26.5 millimeters in diameter, and features a smooth edge before the lettering process is applied. Its golden appearance comes not from precious metal, but from an innovative clad construction consisting of a pure copper core bonded to outer layers of manganese brass over copper. This alloy provides durability while producing the warm golden color that distinguishes the denomination from quarters and other circulating coins. Over time, exposure to air, moisture, and handling can create attractive natural toning ranging from soft honey shades to deeper amber and olive hues. Collectors generally favor coins retaining their original mint luster without evidence of cleaning, artificial brightening, or environmental damage, because originality remains one of the defining qualities of premium modern coinage. The artistic details reward careful examination. Glenna Goodacre's obverse portrait of Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste Charbonneau, continued unchanged from the beginning of the series, symbolizing guidance, resilience, and exploration rather than presenting a confirmed historical likeness. The 2011 reverse, designed by Richard Masters and sculpted by Joseph Menna, depicts hands of a Native American and a European settler clasped in peace, while a ceremonial pipe, crossed with a peace pipe and tomahawk, reinforces the theme of diplomacy and alliance. The inscriptions United States of America and $1 surround the design, while the composition creates a visual balance between symbolism and historical narrative. Every element was carefully selected to communicate cooperation during a formative period in North American history, making the coin educational as well as collectible. Despite its relatively modest mintage, the 2011 Native American dollar is not considered rare in circulated grades. What distinguishes exceptional examples is their state of preservation. Many coins acquired contact marks during transportation and storage in large mint bags, where repeated impact with neighboring coins left tiny abrasions across otherwise brilliant surfaces. As a result, collectors seeking superior mint state pieces pay close attention to luster, strike sharpness, surface quality, and eye appeal. Coins certified around MS67 can command approximately $1,480 when they display unusually clean fields and vibrant original color, although actual values fluctuate with market demand and the availability of similarly graded examples. These premiums reflect condition rarity rather than simple scarcity of the issue itself, illustrating an important principle that often surprises beginning collectors. Professional grading has become essential for modern dollars because microscopic differences frequently separate ordinary uncirculated pieces from elite registry quality examples. Third-party grading services carefully evaluate strike definition, contact marks, luster, originality, and overall visual appeal before assigning a numerical grade using the Sheldon scale. For this issue, coins graded MS68 are considerably scarcer than lower mint state levels, and collectors assembling top-ranked competitive sets often pursue these finest-known examples with determination. Certified coins in that range have realized around $2,930 in strong collector markets, not because every 2011 dollar is inherently valuable, but because surviving examples meeting such demanding standards are exceptionally limited. The combination of certified quality, attractive eye appeal, and registry competition continues to strengthen interest in the finest available specimens. Production errors also contribute to the fascination surrounding this issue, although collectors should distinguish between legitimate mint mistakes and damage occurring after a coin entered circulation. Missing edge lettering, weakly impressed edge inscriptions, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and certain strike-through errors are documented within the broader Native American dollar series, but each individual coin requires careful examination before any premium can be justified. No major die variety unique to the 2011 issue has achieved the widespread recognition associated with some classic American coins, and responsible collectors should be cautious of exaggerated online claims describing ordinary imperfections as rare errors. Professional attribution remains the most reliable method of confirming whether an unusual feature represents a genuine mint-produced variety or simply post-mint damage caused during circulation. Authentication and preservation are equally important for anyone interested in collecting modern dollars at advanced levels. Although counterfeit examples of common circulation coins remain relatively uncommon, higher-grade certified pieces and unusual errors can attract deceptive alterations or replicas. Collectors should verify a coin's weight, diameter, metallic appearance, edge lettering, and design details while remaining skeptical of unusually bright surfaces that may indicate cleaning or polishing. The safest long-term storage involves inert holders, archival quality capsules, or professionally encapsulated grading service holders that protect against moisture, fingerprints, and environmental contamination. Handling coins only by their edges helps preserve the original mint finish, a characteristic that significantly influences both grading results and collector demand. Once original luster has been disturbed through improper cleaning, it can never be fully restored. Today, the 2011 Native American $1 coin represents far more than a circulating dollar with an annual reverse design. It reflects an evolving effort by the United States Mint to tell overlooked chapters of American history through everyday coinage, while offering collectors an annually changing series filled with educational significance. Most surviving examples remain modestly valued, but the finest certified pieces demonstrate how dramatically preservation, originality, grading, and collector competition influence the marketplace. Exceptional registry-quality coins have achieved prices approaching $3,760 under favorable market conditions, while authenticated error coins with significant and verifiable production anomalies may realize even stronger results, depending on their rarity and desirability. Those outcomes apply only to certified, accurately attributed examples and should never be interpreted as typical for every coin bearing the same date and mint mark. Instead, they illustrate the enduring lesson that defines modern numismatics. Historical importance may inspire interest, but authenticity, condition, rarity, and informed collecting ultimately determine lasting value.